Today we are diving into a topic that can bring huge transformations into your life, which are tiny habits. You might have heard of the book Tiny Habits by BJ Fogg, which is about how small changes can lead to big results. Now let's get one thing straight. We all have big goals and dreams in our life, may it be learning a new skill, trying to get more fit, or just going to university and start studying something. It doesn't matter what it is. We all have goals and dreams. And sometimes those dreams can feel a bit overwhelming. Sometimes it may even feel like you're trying to build a massive puzzle all at once, which is not correct. But what if I told you that there is a way that you can make this easier for yourself and that you can make lasting change by just changing tiny things in your daily routine? Now, BJ Fogg is a Stanford professor and a behavior scientist who came up with the idea of tiny habits and how they can change our lives. So the idea is, instead of taking a huge step and making drastic change, you just take tiny steps and add tiny habits into your daily routine. Now, these tiny habits are going to result in significant change over time. It's the ripple effect. Now, since tiny habits can drastically change our life and basically make our life more successful and we can achieve more with them, here are 8 tiny habits that I include in my daily routine that have drastically changed my life. So let's start with the first one. Now, keep in mind that my tiny habits start from the moment I wake up to the moment I go to bed, because that's how I think it has been more effective for me to basically stack habits after habits. So when I do something, I do one thing after the other. And it's easier for me to remember those habits and basically go through them throughout my day than just jumping from habit to habit. Also, habit stacking is something that you should definitely try because it will make your life easier, especially if you have a lot of habits that you want to include in your daily routine. Stacking them is going to make it easier for you. Now, let's start with the first tiny habit that has drastically changed my life, which is going on a 10-minute or 5-minute walk the minute I wake up. Now, most of the days when I wake up, I like to go on a walk, which is like for 10 or 5 minutes. Not only does it help me wake up better, it also energizes me and I get done much more. And I work also faster when I go on a walk and like these morning walks, and rather than just waking up, getting ready and basically starting to work. If I don't go on a walk, I will have a quick stretch routine that I usually do. I just stretch out and then start working. And if those two are not the case, then I will just head to the gym and work out. Usually these walks are also on days when I don't work out because I do not work out 7 times a week. That's not the case here. So the days that I don't work out, I just wake up and go on a 10-minute walk around the block. Obviously, there are days where I don't do that, especially if it's way too windy and it's rainy out there. So that's why I just do like a little stretch routine at home so that I can wake up and basically have my body wake up. Because at the end of the day, not only your mind needs to wake up, which I mean, you can wake your mind up with coffee, but your body needs to wake up. You need to feel more energized and you need to feel good so you can start working and just getting on with your day. So make sure to add movement throughout your day. So when you wake up, add movement. It doesn't matter if you go on a walk, if you go outside, or if you just go in your balcony and have some air. Yeah, we have something in Germany called lüften. So basically you have to open the windows. That's what you need to do so you can get fresh air. And going outside helps. And if you, like me, live in a place where it's raining 24/7, then just stretch a little bit if you don't want to go out in the rain. But nevertheless, it's just water, it's just rain. Just grab an umbrella and head out. Now, the next tiny habit that has changed my life drastically is journaling. Now, when it comes to journaling, I usually journal in the morning, but also sometimes at night. When I journal in the morning, I write down what I'm grateful for, what I'm looking forward to this day, basically positive things. At night, I just write down the things that are on my mind. Now, do I journal every single day? No, I would be lying if I said I journal every single day. I don't do that. There are days where I just don't feel like journaling because I do feel grateful when I wake up and I have a positive mindset already because I'm a professional overthinker, let's just be honest. So I do overthink a lot. And when I'm overthinking, then I journal. Sometimes it's in the morning, sometimes it's at night, and sometimes it's both. I do it in the morning and at night, and I make sure to write down everything that is on my mind, but also write down what I'm grateful for so that my mind can basically see the good things that I have in my life right now. But I think journaling will change you and will change your mindset drastically, especially if you do the grateful things. So basically, in the mornings, if you feel anxious and if you feel like, oh, what the hell is going on, right? Sometimes you just have that bad feeling that you wake up with. I don't know if anybody has that, but I do sometimes. So when you wake up anxious, just write down 3 things that you're grateful for, and then 3 things that you're looking forward to doing today. That will drastically change your mindset towards that day. And also write down why you're anxious. I think that is something that has helped me. I always write down why I feel anxious. Sometimes I just don't know why, so I just write down, I don't know why I feel anxious. This is my theory why I might feel anxious and why I might be overthinking. Maybe personal problems, maybe your work, maybe whatever it is. Just write it down and get rid of it from your system, because writing it in your journal basically means you're getting rid of it, and you're basically talking to someone. Just think as it as a therapy session. And especially at night, if you feel anxious at night and you overthink while you're just laying there in bed and thinking about your problems and about everything else that is going on currently, just grab a piece of paper and a pen and start writing down why you feel anxious. That way you will have it out of your system. The problems that you have, the overthinking, the anxiety, it will just leave your system so you can go to sleep. So yeah, journaling has drastically changed my life because that's something that I do and that I love doing as much as possible. I hope that someday I can journal every single day, but there are just days that I don't have anything to say. And I know that you should also journal about the good things, but if I feel good, I don't want to journal it. Just be honest. I just journal when I feel bad so that I can think about good things, you know? But we will see how it's going on and how I will change it in 2024. I talk about this tiny habit a lot, and it is basically writing daily to-do lists, and not only a normal to-do list where you go through everything that you need to do, but prioritizing it. So basically, the most important thing comes first, then the second important thing, the third important thing, and so on and so forth. So you need to put your hardest tasks and basically your hardest and most urgent tasks at number 1. And you need to work on it right away. So this is what I usually do. I write down every single thing that I need to do for the day. Then I organize them and reprioritize it. I always put the most urgent, the most important task first, then the hardest one. If I don't have a urgent task, then I put the hardest one first, obviously. So I always do like the hardest ones first, and then comes like the easier ones that I can do in like 5 to 10 minutes. That's how my days are basically planned and organized, because I am the most productive in the mornings and I can get done way more in the morning when I wake up than afterwards. So everything that has a deadline, everything that is really hard to work on and that needs 100% of my focus, it's my morning task. I cannot do it at night. I don't want to do it at night. So I just do it that day, be done with it, and then just do like the little tasks that I have to do, like getting groceries or like, I don't know, doing laundry. All of that are my nightly tasks, nightly routine tasks, to be honest. But everything else, when it comes to working and when it comes to doing hard tasks, especially coding stuff, I do it in the morning and then just get done with it. So yeah, write your daily to-do list, but not only a normal to-do list, make it a prioritization to-do list. That's what I call it. Prioritize your tasks. Now, the next tiny habit that has changed my life is basically putting modes on my phone and devices. Because of the fact that I have Apple devices and they're all connected through the Apple ID, when I put like a mode on my phone, it's also on my laptop and on my iPad and all of that. So just make sure to use modes on your devices. I mean, they're there for a reason. Make sure to have different modes. I have a lot of modes. I mean, you guys can see it on my reels that I have a focus mode. I have a time for me mode. I have a basically concentration mode. I have a 12-week mode. I have a do not disturb mode, all of those stuffs. And all of those stuff have different settings. So some I can get calls, and for some I can just get urgent calls, and like for do not disturb, I'm not gonna get any calls or any notifications because I don't want any distractions. Because in my life, do not disturb literally means do not disturb. I don't even go on like social media and stuff, and I'm at that mode. I just want to work and concentrate on my work. So that's why I use those modes. Those are there for a reason. Don't get distracted with like pings or with your messages that you hear. So make sure to use those modes. They're great. I love them. I mean, I already talked about planning your day. Let's talk about planning your week, which is also another tiny habit that is going to take you like 10 minutes on a Sunday that you can do really, really quickly and then have a organized week. I usually plan out my weeks on Sundays, as I mentioned, because I want to have a good overview of the things that I need to do that week. And by basically organizing it and doing, okay, I'm going to go get groceries on Monday and I don't know, work out on Thursday and Wednesday or Saturday and Sunday. I'm going to go to, I don't know, grab a coffee then or meet a friend at that day. All of those stuff, just plan it ahead. If you have a good organization, especially weekly organization, you will feel way, way more relieved in day-to-day basis. So because your week is basically planned for you, like the most important stuff that are happening in your week are already planned for you, so you don't have to think about it actively. So just do that. Plan your week ahead and make sure to always set time for yourself. I always have like a self-care routine on Sundays, so that Sundays are the days where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take a few hours for myself and just do whatever I feel like doing, even though I do whatever I feel like doing like 24/7 every single day. But yeah, I just name it that for like the 2 hours on Sunday. So yeah, plan your week ahead. And if you're someone who can already plan their month ahead, then go ahead and do that. The 2-minute rule has had a drastic change in my life. When it comes to the 2-minute rule, it's basically about doing a task that you don't want to do for just 2 minutes. And if you still don't feel like doing it, then stop doing it. So basically, if you want to study something, just start studying for 2 minutes. And after 2 minutes, if you still don't feel like studying, then stop that and don't do it. And most of the times when you just start studying and you set up and you study for 2 minutes, trust me, you will not stop studying after 2 minutes. I have never had the time where I'm like, okay, I will just stop doing it. I don't feel like doing it. It has never been the case for me. Maybe it will be the case for you, but for me, it has never been the case. If I say I'm going to do 2 minutes, I end up doing it for like 2 hours. For example, yesterday, it was raining really, really bad. It was really windy. I did not want to go to the gym, even though I wanted to go. It was basically my gym day. I had to go. So I told myself that I'm going to go to the gym and work out for 2 minutes. Yeah, I know. Crazy. Did I work out for 2 minutes? No, I was there for like 2 hours. I don't know why. Even though my workouts usually last an hour, I was there for 2 hours. I was having so much fun. So yeah, keep the 2-minute rule always in mind, because not only will it change your life, it will also make you do the things that you don't feel like doing. It will make you basically become more disciplined, because it's all about discipline, right? You don't need motivation to do something. You don't have to have the motivation to study. You don't have to have the motivation to work out. You don't have to have the motivation to do anything. You need to be disciplined to do anything. And the 2-minute rule is basically all about discipline. It will teach you discipline. I'm telling you this as a content creator. Limit your social media usage. You don't need to be on social media 24/7. Even if you work as a content creator, you don't have to scroll through TikTok or Instagram to find inspiration. You can find it somewhere else. You can find it outside. So limit your social media usage. It's not good for you. It is not going to make you succeed in life. It's not going to make you more productive. It's basically going to cause you to have a smaller attention span than you already have. So basically make sure that you limit it. So for example, tell yourself that you're going to be on social media for just 2 hours. There are apps that you can use to basically lock your social media after you have used it for 2 hours. And also there are apps that you have to basically wait 3 seconds before you open your social media and scroll on. So make sure to use those apps if they help you, and if not, just use something else. Just make sure to limit your social media usage because it's not good for you. That's all I'm going to say as a content creator. Now, I understand that a lot of people don't like to read or just they don't want to read, which is crazy to me because reading is an incredible thing. It will not only make you happier and calm you down, it will also give you a lot of knowledge if you read non-fictional books. But also, just if you don't know how to read, or if you haven't started reading yet, just pick a book that you like. It doesn't have to be non-fictional. It can be a fictional book that you like. Just pick it up and start reading. And when it comes to your tiny habits, make sure that you read like 10 pages a day. Tell yourself that you will read 10 pages a day. And if 10 pages are a lot for you, then do like 5 pages, which is not much. It's going to take you like just 10 minutes or 15 minutes to read and you'll be done. So tell yourself that and read, because reading, as I mentioned, will give you a lot of knowledge. And most of my knowledge that I have today are from reading books. They're not from watching videos or going to university. It's from reading non-fictional books. I love doing that. I've always been a reader. There were days that I read like 2 books per day because I just had the time to do that. But nowadays I don't have the time to read like a whole book per day. That's not possible for me. But I still manage to read as much as possible. I always set myself a timer before going to bed. Like I read for 30 to an hour, like 30 minutes to an hour. So make sure to do that. Make sure to set yourself a limit what you read, or also just tell yourself that you're going to do it. I mean, start with 5 pages and let's see how it goes, right? And also keep the 2-minute rule in mind when it comes to reading. So if you don't feel like reading, just read for 2 minutes and then see where it goes. If you still don't feel like reading, then stop reading. That's all I'm going to say. So yeah, make sure to go ahead and grab your favorite book and start reading. So yeah, these are the 8 tiny habits that I have in my daily routine. If you guys want to see more habits, or the habits that I'm going to include in 2024 so that I can become even more productive and feel more successful, then basically comment it down below. That's it.